What's up, guys? Welcome to this class. My name is Mike. Today we'll be doing a full hour-long power vinyasa class in the style of Baptiste yoga. If you're interested in particularly building up the physical aspect of your practice, strength, power, balance, flexibility, this class is definitely going to give you lots of opportunities to do so. So this is a pretty strong practice, so feel free to go at your own pace, modify anything, and just have fun with it. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you on the mat. All right, guys, let's start our practice in child's pose. Lower your forehead down, drop your hips back towards your heels, and find stillness in your body. And just start by softening through the shoulders, soften the spine, release any tension you might be holding in your hips. We'll start to send some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Right away, activating that ujjayi breath, the ocean breath. So creating a little bit of sound to the breath by constricting the back of the throat. So you're breathing in and out through the nose, but you're kind of using your throat muscles to suck in the breath and to gently let it back out. And as we move through our practice today, I invite you to really prioritize your breath over everything else. The breath is the most important part of the practice. And from here, we'll meet on our hands and knees in a tabletop position. Shoulders will stack on top of the wrists. Hips stack on top of the knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide, ground down through your knuckles. And from here, we'll take our cat-cows. With an inhale, press your belly down to the ground as you lift your head up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Press the mat away from you. Inhale, drop the belly down, gaze up, lift the chin. And as you exhale, round the spine, drop the head. 3 more of these. Inhale, belly drops, chin lifts, throat opens. And exhale, round the back. 2 more. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. 1 more time. Good, and then we'll come back to a flat back in tabletop position. From here, just kind of rock your weight in some circles to warm up the wrist a little bit. You can start by going clockwise. And then change directions, big circles the other way. Good, and from here, drop your hips all the way back to your heels, stand up on your knees, and go ahead and extend your arms towards the front of your mat, and just go ahead and make fists with your hands, and then spread your fingers as wide as you can. And then again, make a fist, and then open your palm, spread the fingers. And we'll do 20 of these. So fist, open, and keep going like that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Really spread the fingers. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Plant the palms, top of your mat. Move into downward facing dog. Take any movements that feel right for you. So be kind of intuitive here. Take whatever you feel like would suit you well at the start of our practice today. Pedal out the feet, rock from side to side. Maybe make some movements with the head. And then we'll meet in stillness in our downward facing dog. From here, take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out your mouth. Gaze to the top of your mat. Step your feet all the way to your hands. Feet will be hips width distance top of the mat, and we'll come into ragdoll pose, bringing one hand to the opposite elbow and then the other hand to the other elbow. You can take a little bend in your knees here. Really relax the weight of your head down. Imagine as if your head is like a bowling ball that's just pulling your spine downwards towards the earth. Elbows are relaxed, shoulders are nice and relaxed. You can always add in some movement here, rocking side to side. Take 2 more breaths. One more breath. And as you exhale this time, release your elbows, bring your fingers to the ground. Inhale, we'll take our first halfway lift of the practice. Lengthen the spine, lift the head, gaze forward. As you exhale, fold forward, drop the head. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, mountain pose. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, press the palms together. And as you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Great job. Relax your hands down towards your hips. Inhale, again, sweep the arms up. Maybe take a little back bend here. And as you exhale, fold all the way down to the ground. Relax the weight of the head. Inhale, find a halfway lift position, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, top of your mat. Feel free to take a couple steps to get it there. And then we'll drop the back knee down to the ground. Inhale to Anjaneyasana, reach the arms up. And today, go ahead and interlace your fingertips. And we're going to point just the pointer fingers up towards the ceiling. All the other fingers are going to be interlaced, except for the thumbs. The thumbs can press together. From here, pull your upper arm bones behind your ears, and then work to lift through the chest here. Engage your left glute. Take 2 more breaths. Maybe working into a baby back bend. 1 more breath. And as you exhale, plant your palms top of your mat. Step your front foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, place your foot forward. Drop your back knee down. And when you're ready, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Arms reach up. And again, interlace your fingertips. Point your pointer fingers up. Press your thumbs together in this hand mudra position. And then we'll pull the upper arm bones behind the ears. Engage your right glute. Lift your chest. Imagine as if you're pressing your sternum upwards towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths. Last breath. With your exhale, release your bind, plant the palms, take a big step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. Gaze to the top of your mat, step your feet forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll really start to connect with the breath here in these sun salutations. Relax your hands down towards your hips. Inhale, mountain pose. Extend up through the fingertips. Engage the core. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull your lower belly towards your spine. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back into a high plank position. And hold here, 5 breaths. Try and get your hips in line with the rest of your body, your spine. Pull the belly button up towards the spine for 3. And keep breathing nice and deeply. 2. And 1. Drop your knees down to the ground. Slowly bend the elbows to lower the chest down to the mat. Untuck the toes behind you. Press down through the tops of your feet. And with an inhale, come into cobra pose. Lifting the chest. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze down to the ground about 12 inches in front of your mat. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower chest down. Inhale, press up onto the hands and knees. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Take 4 rounds of breath here. Try and make sound not just with your inhales, but also with your exhales. Two more breaths. Last breath. Gaze forward, step or jump your feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop your head as you fold forward. Inhale, rise up to stand, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up, maybe take a slight back bend, pressing the hips forward as you reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank. And we'll transition into a low plank position here. So bend the elbows. You can lower the knees or keep them lifted in our chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Flip onto the tops of your feet. Straighten your arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Pause here for 3 breaths. Try and breathe into the space around your belly button. One more breath. Good. Gaze forward, step or softly float the feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground down through your feet as you rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Again, inhale, mountain pose. Maybe take your back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, plant your palms. We'll move into our chaturanga. You can step back or jump back straight into your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for 2 breaths. Gaze forward, step or float the feet forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, mountain pose, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last sun A. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Firm your thighs and your glutes. Exhale, roll back, downward dog. Pause here. One round of breath. At the bottom of your exhale, gaze forward. Travel the feet forwards. Inhale, awaken your spine. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Press the palms together overhead. And as you exhale, hands lower down, heart center. Good work. Bring your big toes together, top of your mat. We'll move into our sun bees. We'll start with a chair pose. Drop the hips low as you extend the arms up. And I really want you to focus on activating the core in this chair pose. So try and pull your belly button and the space beneath your belly button towards the spine. Keep reaching through the fingertips for 5, 4, keep the breath coming, 3, 2, one more breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. If you want to step right back into downward dog, feel free to skip this vinyasa and any vinyasas coming up. Otherwise, take your vinyasa moving into your chaturanga and flowing back into downward dog. Good work. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Plant your back foot flat on the mat. And with an inhale, rise up into warrior number 1. Arms reach up. Good. Start with your front knee. So try and stack your front knee on top of your ankle. Good. And then from here, work to roll your right hip slightly backwards. And try and press your left rib cage forwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the palms, top of the mat. Again, your choice. Either step straight back into dog pose or add in a vinyasa. And we'll all meet back in downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, big step forwards. Plant the back foot flat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Virabhadrasana number 1. Stack your left knee on top of your ankle. Roll your left hip backwards. And see if you can roll the right ribs and the right side of your chest slightly forward so that your torso is square towards the top of the mat for 5, 4, come back to the breath, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the palms and we'll make our way back into downward dog. And pause here for 3 rounds of breath. Keep in mind, if you ever feel like you need a break, take child's pose and just hit pause. Come back when you feel ready. But do your best. We'll do 2 more sun bees and then we'll take a little break. So gaze forward. Again, step or jump the feet between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Good. We'll hold here for 3, 2. Take a deep breath in. And 1. Exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Mindful movement. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step forward, plant the back foot flat. And with an inhale, move into warrior 1. Pause here for 3, 2, and 1. Plant the palms, make your way back into downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Back foot is flat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Warrior pose for 3. Remember, breath is most important. 2, and 1. Plant the palms, step or flow back into downward dog. Good. Pause in dog pose for 1 breath. Gaze forward, step or float the feet between the hands. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, drop the head, fold forward. Good. 1 breath per movement this time. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back into your chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drop the head back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step it forwards. Inhale, warrior 1. 1 breath, arms extend up. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step forwards. Plant the back foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the palms, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. So we'll pause for 5 breaths. You can stay in downward dog if you want to keep the intensity going in your body, or feel free to take a child's pose, drop the knees down. And wherever you go, try and stay connected with your breath. Try and keep that Ujjayi breath going. 3 more breaths. If you're in the child's pose, start to make your way back into downward dog. Great work so far. Let's keep it up. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, step forward between your hands. And with another inhale, we'll rise up into a crescent lunge, also known as high lunge. So the palms of the hands are facing each other, fingers are spread nice and wide. And then see if you can lift your back knee and your back heel even higher. Good. From here, bring the hands to heart center, press the palms together. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, twist to your right side. So we're going to hook the left elbow across the knee. Good, and then gently start to press the palms together as you peel the right side of your chest open towards the sky. Good, and you can stay here in the prayer twist. If you'd like to split the arms, feel free to move there for 3, 2, one more breath. Good, and 1. Inhale, rise up into high lunge, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, plant the back foot, warrior 2, open the arms. So try to stack that front knee on top of the ankle. And then see if you can get your hips to face the left side of your mat. Notice how when you kind of spin your hips to face that side of the mat, the right knee starts to follow. See if you can keep the right knee stacked on top of the ankle here. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach your right arm back. And with your exhale, we'll come into extended side angle. So either the right forearm will come on top of your thigh, or the right hand comes down to the ground on the inside or the outside of the foot. You can always use a block here as well. And then instead of reaching your left arm up towards the ceiling, go ahead and reach it overhead alongside your ear with your pinky finger, your left pinky finger facing down towards the ground. Good, 5 breaths here. Work to spiral open through the left side of your chest. You can stay here, or if you want to play with the bind, the left arm wraps around the back, right hand reaches underneath the inner thigh. Take 2 more breaths. Last breath. If you have a bind, go ahead and release your clasp. Plant your palms, top of the mat. Either step straight back into dog pose or add in a vinyasa on the way back. Very good work. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, place the foot forwards. Inhale, rise up into crescent lunge. Try and lengthen through the sides of the body, all the way up through the tips of the fingers. Lift the back knee, lift the back heel. Good, bring the hands to heart center, press the palms together. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, twist left. Hook the right elbow across. I like to kind of use my left hand to press the thigh away from, or the thigh towards the body to really get that right elbow across the knee. Then press the palms together like you have a diamond between your hands, really pressing together, peeling open through the left shoulder. Stay here or split the arms. And take 3 breaths in this twist. One more breath. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up into high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. So the hips are rolling towards the right side of the mat, but the left knee is remaining stacked over the ankle. Inhale, reverse just for 1 inhale. And as you exhale, transition into side angle pose. So remember, the pinky finger of the right hand is facing down towards the ground. Right arm is reaching overhead. And then we're spiraling open through the right side. You can bring your eye gaze towards your right fingertips. And then stay here or take your bind. We'll take our last 3 breaths. 2 more breaths. Keep pressing down through the pinky toe of your back foot. Last breath. Good. If you have a bind, release, plant your palms, and we'll make our way back into downward dog. Pause in your dog pose. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Slow exhale. Good job. Gaze between your hands. Step or float the feet forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands lower down to heart center. All right, we'll do a tree pose on the right side. So go ahead and lift your right foot off of the mat. And then we'll bring the heel either to the left ankle or to the left inner thigh. Good. So you can stay in the standard tree pose today. If you want to play with something different, you can bring your right foot into a half lotus position. And then you can reach your right arm behind your back and maybe grab the right foot behind the back. So if you're going to take this variation, the half lotus, you can just reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. If you're in a standard tree pose, you can reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Take 3 more breaths. Be steady through your eye gaze. 1 more breath. Good, and we'll slowly start to lower down. And we'll move right into the other side. Left foot lifts. So again, either left foot comes to the ankle, to the inner thigh, or if you want to play with the half lotus, it'll come to on top of the right quad, the front of the right leg. Then the left arm is going to wrap around the back and grab the foot. So take your time finding your balance. And keep locking your eye gaze on one point in front of you for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly start to lower down. Very nice work. From here, lift your right knee up towards the ceiling. Bring your left hand on top of your left hip. And then option 1, bring your right hand on top of your right knee. Option 2, grab your right big toe with your peace fingers. And then straighten your right leg out in front of you. So wherever you go, you're going to be working on the balance either way here. Good. Notice if you're leaning back. See if you can stack your spine on top of your left leg. And then we'll slowly start to open the right leg towards the right side of the mat. Try and pull your left hip slightly backwards for 3. If you feel steady, option to gaze over the left shoulder. 2, 1. Slowly bring the leg back to center. And we're going to straighten the right leg in front of you. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Slowly start to sweep the right leg behind you. Hover the chest so that it's parallel to the ground. From here, lower your right hand down to the mat. And reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, coming into revolved half moon pose. Straighten your lifted leg as much as you can and keep lifting it up towards the ceiling. Spiral open through your left shoulder for 3. Don't forget about the breath. 2 and 1. Lower your left hand down. Plant your right hand so that it's even with your left hand on your mat. Slowly bend your left knee to lower your back foot down towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg into a 3-legged dog. Good. From here, exhale, bend your left knee, start to open the hip. So keep pressing the left foot towards the right side of the mat. And then slowly start to open up, and we're going to move into a wild thing, also known as a flip dog. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. Extend through your left hand for 5, 4. Keep pressing down through your legs, lifting the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly start to come back to center. Plant your left hand down. And then inhale, lift your left leg up into that 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, top of your mat. Good. Lizard pose. From here, you can stay on your hands with your arms straight, or option to lower onto your forearms. If you want to keep the intensity going, keep your back knee lifted. If you feel like you need a little breather, you can always lower that back knee down to the mat. Good. And from here, you can stay for the hip stretch, or if you'd like to play with an arm balance, we'll take vinyasa 2 here. So you'll thread your left arm underneath your left leg. So you're trying to get that left shoulder as far underneath your left knee as you can. Really getting it under there. And then from here, plant the palms so that they're in line with your left heel, about shoulder width distance apart on the mat. From here, start to straighten your left leg. Shift your chest forward, as far forward as you can. And then you can play with lifting the back leg in vinyasa 2. Wherever you are, be there, breathe there for 3, 2, 1. If you're in the arm balance, slowly retrace your steps back into the lizard lunge. Good work. I know that's a tough one. Plant the palms, and we'll step back into downward facing dog. If you want to add in a vinyasa here, feel free. Oftentimes it takes trying poses several times before we get them. So if that was your first time with Kundalini and you got it, good for you. If you didn't get it, don't worry. You'll get it if you keep practicing. Gaze to the top of the mat, step or jump forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Be smooth through your breath. Inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Lift your left knee up towards the ceiling. Bring your right hand to your right hip. And then you choose. So the left hand will come on top of the left knee, or you can grab the left big toe with the peace fingers and extend the left leg in front of you. More important than getting the left leg straight is to get the spine stacked on top of the right leg here. Slowly peel the left leg open like a gate opening up. Stay firm and grounded through the right leg. Maybe gaze over the right shoulder for 3, 2, And 1. Slowly come back to center. Straighten your left leg in front of you. Point the left toes. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Slowly start to sweep the left leg behind you. Hover the chest so that it's parallel to the ground. Good. From here, lower your left hand down to the ground. If you have a block handy, you can always bring the hand to the block. And then with an inhale, reach the right arm up, revolved half moon. Breathe here. Straighten that lifted leg. Keep pressing through your heel. Spiraling open through the shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right hand down. Slowly bend into your front knee to lower your left toes towards the back of the mat. Big inhale. Lift the right leg up into a 3-legged dog. Exhale. Bend your right knee. Start to peel the hip open. Try and keep your right shoulder in line with your left shoulder as you open the hip. Lift your right inner thigh slightly higher up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly, like you're moving through molasses, start to flip your dog open here. Reach the right arm overhead. Press down through the right heel. Press the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Maybe gaze towards your right hand. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly start to come back into your 3-legged dog. Lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. As you exhale, step the right foot to the outside of your right hand, lizard lunge. So set yourself up. Again, you can stay on your hands with your arms straight, or you can start to lower onto your forearms. And again, you can keep the back knee lifted, or you can lower it down to the mat. So you can stay here for that hip stretch, or we'll work into our Kundalini number 2 again. So the right arm, really the right shoulder is going to thread underneath the right knee as much as you can. Definitely takes a little hip flexibility, so don't push yourself too much. You'll get there. And you can just play with working to get that right shoulder underneath of the leg. That might be a great place for you to be today. Just hang out there. If you feel like you're ready to fly, you can bend the elbows. Again, the hands are in line with the right heel, about shoulder width distance on the mat. Shift the chest forward. Bend the elbows. Straighten the front leg. Straighten the back leg. And breathe. For 3, 2, 1. If you're in the arm balance, slowly come back into the lizard lunge. Good work. Plant the palms. Step back into downward dog, or take a vinyasa on your way back. Man, that's a hard one for me too. And we'll meet in stillness in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, wave forward, come into a high plank position. Hold here. Strong arms, strong core. From here, we'll move into a side plank. Stacking the left foot on top of the right foot. Left arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. I know, we're not done quite yet. We're getting there, though. You can always lower the right knee down to the ground if you need to, but do your best. Hold here for 5. Lift the left hip for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back into your high plank, and then we'll move into a side plank on the other side. Right foot stacks on top of the left foot, right arm reaches up. Lift through the right hip for 5. Use your breath as an anchor. 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank, and then right into the side plank on the other side. Left arm reaches up for 5, 4, 3. Keep lifting through the hip. 2, 1. High plank, side plank, other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. High plank, and right into our side plank. 5, 4. Strong right arm. 3, 2, 1. High plank, and last side here. You got this. Do your best for 5, 4, 3. Can you slow the breath down a little bit? 2, and 1. High plank. Lower the knees down. Good job. Come onto your back. All right, we're almost there. We're going to do a little more core. This time, straighten your legs towards the top of the mat. Reach your arms overhead. With an inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling and lift your right hand to reach up towards your left toes. And then as you exhale, lower the hand and the foot down. And then with an inhale, lift your right leg up, reach the left hand up to touch the toes. Exhale, lower down. So we're going to do 20 of these. You can lower the hand and the heel after each round, or if you want to intensify it, you can keep the hands and the heels hovering throughout the whole round. Okay, so let's go for it. Inhale, lift the left leg, reach the right arm up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, other side. Exhale, down. That's 1. Reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, down. Keep going. 2, 3. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. 4, almost halfway there. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Halfway there. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. 6. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. 7. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. 8. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Lower the heels. Lower the head. Great work. Let's move right into a back bend without hesitation. So we'll bring the heels all the way towards the glutes and then lift the hips up, coming into a bridge pose. Option to interlace the fingertips behind the back. Straighten out the arms. Find your breath. You can stay here. If you want to move into wheel pose, you can plant the palms behind the ears and lift all the way up. Wherever you go, keep grounding down through the heels, really using the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower. And we'll meet in Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet, the bottoms of the feet together Allow your knees to fall open towards the sides of your mat. Bring your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. Close your eyes. Feel the heart beating. Feel the belly inflating and deflating with each breath. See if you can slow down your breath a little bit here. Good. From here, hug the knees into the chest. Go ahead and rock up and down the mat 3 times, going 1 vertebrae at a time. Should feel really nice on your back. And then once you get to the top on the 3rd time, go ahead and cross your ankles. And we're going to come onto the knees here. And we'll make our way into a hero pose, virasana. So go ahead and bring your knees together to touch. And your feet are going to be a little bit wider than your hips. So this is the standard virasana. You might feel a good stretch through the front of your legs here. So you can hang out here if you feel like it would feel good to come a little deeper. You can bring your hands down towards the bottoms of your feet, elbows lower down. You can hang out here, work on lifting the chest up towards the ceiling, maybe even drop the head back. And then the last variation will be Supta Virasana, reclined hero pose, coming all the way onto the back. And then you can interlace your elbows overhead. So you're the master of your body. Choose what's best for you. Part of being really fit and in really good shape is how fast we can slow everything down after we've really activated the muscles, the heartbeat has sped up, the breath has become a little choppy. But how fast can we move in the opposite direction? And part of that is how good your cardiovascular fitness is, but the other half of it is how well you're able to use your mind to control the body, to allow the body to come back to baseline. And really the breath is the best tool that we have. Where the breath goes, the mind also goes. When the breath is choppy and fast, the mind is also agitated. Lots of thoughts running through the head. But when we slow down the breath consciously in our practice, the mind also tends to slow down. It follows the breath. If you're in reclined hero pose, start to slowly make your way all the way back up. And then we'll meet in a seated position with the legs facing the front of the mat. Big toes are together. Inhale, extend the arms overhead, gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold over the legs, Paschimottanasana. Relax the weight of the head down. Notice how the more you relax the head, the more you start to feel relaxation through your upper spine and your neck, your cervical spine. Take 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Inhale, see if you can find a little more length in your lower back. And last exhale, fold a little bit deeper. And with your next inhale, start to rise back up, lifting the chest. And then we'll come onto the back one more time here. And we'll close with our inversion sequence. So option 1, we'll move into a waterfall pose. You'll just lift your legs up towards the ceiling, flexing your feet. You can even bring a block behind your back, or you can stack your hands on top of each other behind your lower back. It makes it a little bit more passive and relaxing. Option 2, come into shoulder stand, lifting your legs up. Hands come to your lower back. So in both of these poses, see if you can, wherever you are, see if you can really engage your legs. Keep lifting the legs up towards the ceiling. And really the first thing to get tired in these inversions should be the legs if you're really engaging them properly. So I'll kind of shut up and let you focus on your own breath, focus on your own thoughts in these final poses of our practice. If you'd like to transition into plow pose, feel free to drop the legs behind your head. If the toes are touching down on the ground, option to interlace the fingertips and straighten the arms. Try and find length from the space between your belly button and your pelvis. In other words, try and lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling in plow pose. Breathe deeply. Slowly start to roll out onto your back. Straighten your legs towards the top of the mat. We'll move into a quick fish pose to counter the plow pose. So go ahead and come onto your elbows, lift your chest, drop your head back. For 5, breathe deeply in and out through your nose. 4, press your chest up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower onto your back. Good. From here, hug your right knee into your chest. In fact, let's hug both knees into the chest. And we're going to come into a reclined pigeon pose. So go ahead and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, right below the knee. And then with your hands, grab the back of your left knee. You can interlace your fingertips here. And then you can keep your left knee bent, or you can straighten your left leg. Gently pull your legs towards your face until you feel a stretch in your right hip. You can flex your right foot here as well. Take 5 breaths. Last 2 breaths. Good. From here, straighten your left leg towards the top of your mat. Lower your left heel down. Hug your right knee into your chest. And we'll move into a supine twist. The right knee will move over to the left side of the body. Right arm opens to the right. Eye gaze is over the right shoulder. Take 3 breaths. Slowly twist back to center. Again, hug both of the knees into your chest. And we'll move into our reclined pigeon on the left side. So the left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh, just below the knee. Flex the left foot. Interlace your fingertips behind your right knee. And then again, you can keep the right knee bent or you can straighten the leg. 5 breaths here. Two more breaths. Good. From here, hug the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg forwards. Drop it down. And drop the left knee open to the right side. Extend the left arm open. Gaze to the left. 3 breaths. And slowly twist back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Squeeze tightly. Lift your forehead up to the knees. Really squeeze everything together. Take one last deep breath in through the nose. Keep filling up. Keep filling up. Slow exhale out the mouth. Release the legs, open the arms, Shavasana pose. Amazing work. Allow yourself to take rest here. Shavasana is like the gift of our practice. You earned this rest, so really let yourself surrender and let go. If you need to take a couple deep breaths, feel free. Do whatever you need to do to really encourage everything to relax and let go here. And moving into a place of complete surrender. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And slow exhale out the mouth. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Make circles with your ankles, make circles with your wrists. And reach your arms overhead, take a full body stretch. Like you're yawning open through your entire body here. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll onto either side, come into a fetal position. And then we'll slowly make our way up to a seat at the top of the mat. Keep the eyes closed. Find a tall spine. Relax your forehead, relax your eyelids, relax your jaw. Bring the hands to heart center, press your palms together. And one last breath together, and inhale deep into the belly. And then exhale out the mouth. Namaste, friends. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Again, my name is Mike. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback for me, feel free to drop me a comment and maybe hit the like or the subscribe button if you enjoyed this class. Thanks so much. Namaste.